Yeah, good setting behind women's scrubs. Let's talk about women's scrubs for a bit. Um, I got made up from a YP to a star and went to the scrubs, and you get all different things. You get these big jackets and trousers and shirts and all this shit. And I'm not quite sure now if I remember. I think you had a star or something on you. I can't really remember anyway, but I was a star, and I went straight to the C wing. And whilst I was in Syria, I went to the scrubs with a guy, a Scottish guy. This Scottish guy was at my YP with me. He had a massive scar down his face, really big scar, yeah, massive. And he, like, me and him was pals, and he was murder doing sit-ups. He had massive big tummy muscles, a good shape he had, but I was this big. We had a cell together. I was huge, yeah. And so every day I do press ups with milk jugs. I put books under the milk jug and get higher, so I could go deeper and deeper. And then he got me doing the sit ups and all that, I got him doing the press ups. And every day we'd have a workout, And then one day I was downstairs and collecting some food, and this guy come behind me, and he was massive, mate. He was a big guy, and could see. I thought, this guy looks like a bit of a puncher, And was going through my food, and I turned around and I looked at him, and he looked at me. He started grinning, and I said, "What, you fighting, mate?" He went, yeah. And he said, I could see he had a red band, so he was quite. He had it quite easy. But you could see this guy, prison was nothing to him, It was easy for him. I didn't know that he was in the Navy, so Navy and prison is similar, but, it's easy for him being in the Navy, yeah? So anyway, we were talking, and he said, yeah, I'm a fighter, this, that and the other, being nicked for this, but that nicked for that. And you forget. I forget things. It's such a long time ago, But anyway, we was talking. We become white pals. He comes to my cell. The Scottish guy be doing sit-ups. Cliff Bill's be sitting there, and I'll be doing press-ups and all that. And Cliff said, look, when you come out, because I said I was a bit of a fighter. When you come out, why don't you start doing fighting? I said, yeah, well, I used to do as an amateur. So go down the pro gyms and all that, and Billy Egg, and he knows Billy Egg because he's fighting with Billy. He's fought with Billy Egg, So we had a good talk, and then from there I got a job in the stores, just picking up clothes and packing them up, and different bags of different clothes like shirts, pants, all them sort of things. And my job is taking them over to the laundry. The first time I went to the laundry in the scrubs. This is like late 60s, early 70s, and mate, I bumped into Buster Edwards, Tony Lambiano. I don't think Chris was there, I'm not quite sure, but I know Tony Lambiano and Buster Edwards was there, yeah. I went in there, and it was most of it was train robbers in there, but I can only remember two, Tony and Buster, because I used to talk to them. They was always there, and I'd bring the clothes in to them too, yeah. And they were sorting all things out for me. Anyway, and Buster Edwards, I went in there. I was a lump, I was a lump, and because I had to wear a shirt, and all that, in them days. So I walked in there, and he went, "What, you do a little bit?" I said, "Yeah, I just come from my YP. I'm a young boy, There, prison's about, you've got to be careful, Make sure that you're not weak, that you're very strong, yeah. Let them know you're strong, yeah." I said, "Yeah, I'm an ex-fighter, amateur, or this, that and the other. Yeah, I'm very powerful. I was in the powerlifting team." And then he got into Buster Edwards. Buster Edwards, he had a great, massive, big chest. He had a big chest, big shoulders, anyway, so we started talking, this, that, and then we got to know him really well. I was kept going over there, and one day I went back to C Wing, and I met the PTIs in there. They were taking Cliff Fields over to the gym. So I got hold of one of the PTIs. One of the PTIs, a guy called Johnson. Yeah, Johnson. I had him all through my sentence, Johnson. I had my YPs, he was there, and then he come to the scrubs. You know, when I got chucked out of my YP, he'd been chucked, he was out of Aylesbury, and he went to the scrubs, which I didn't know, yeah. As soon as he see me, you know, he was like, all right, Ellie. You know, and he got me a little workout. I could go to the gym. You know, I was one of the privileged. I could go to the gym and work out, yeah. I was very, very strong, mate. I was doing 3 plates. I was doing 140 for 8, 10 reps, but on the incline, yeah. Honestly, I was so strong, mate. It was powerful as anything. Not what I was used to at squats, but very good at deadlift, and I was very good on my chest, across my shoulders, very powerful, yeah. And you know, and then Cliff would be in there. Cliff Fields would be in there training. My Scotch mate would be in there training. Buster Edwards would be there. Didn't see anybody else because she landed behind her, but I see. Tony Lambo was in there. Buster Edwards was in there. There must have been a few train members that I didn't take a lot of notice of. But Buster was strong, powerful. I was to give him a lift up on the bench. Yeah, he was doing 2 plates easy for 10 reps, you know, and he was, what is he, 12 and a half, 13 stone, maybe a bit lighter than that, yeah, but he was powerful, mate. You know, I was really powerful, you know, but it doesn't really matter, I'm young, innit? And, you know, prison then, it was like easy for me, you know, and I got made up. Cliff Fields, he went, I don't know where he went to, but he must have been released. Buster, obviously, he went all through his sentence and all this, that and the other. And so, Cliff Fields, fighter, street fighter, unlicensed fighter, cope, prison, easy. Done it easy. Another guy that I thought done it quite easy was Bill Williams. Billy Williams, I was in Wandsworth with Bill. I think I got 6 months or 18 months, I can't remember now. I got it for having hitting a police officer, killing a police officer, and having 36 grand in the car, and all this, that and the other, yeah. Had a chase, you know, anyway. So I'm in Wandsworth. I've met Bill before. I think met Bill on the scrub before. When he seen me in Wandsworth, he come down the hot way. I've got a job in the hot plate. I was talking to Bill. Me and Bill become white pals. Me and Bill. Bill, you know, he's another one. Could cope with prison easy. You know, everybody respected him, knew who he was, so he could do more or less what he wanted. He liked getting on certain things. He done his bird that way. I was just put things under the door for him. You know, when he was a smoke, he was, you know, he was like different. I ain't saying what he was on, but you know, it wasn't good for him, mate. Let's put it that way. So Bill was on that big time. He was always getting it because everyone was fighting Billy Williams at the time, yeah. And me and Bill in Wandsworth had it quite easy. As I say, Screws respected Bill. Screws respected me. Been around for quite some time. Get to know the score. It don't take you long. You've been in prison quite, you know, bits and pieces of your life all around the air, you know, ball stools and all that sort of thing. It becomes easy. You're going to be there a day and you've got everything sorted out. Who does this, who does that, go down and see the Screw, get a job here, do that, you know. So you know the system, yeah. Bill was more or less the same. He knew the system. Got Screws come up to us when I was in Wandsworth and telling us about certain people that have been there, doing bad things to kids, and me and Bill would go and sort this problem out, and we get looked after. To get that in Wandsworth, believe me, in them days was hard work, because them Screws in Wandsworth in them days were not good, mate. You know what I mean? You know, you got Ryan in there, like this. I think he was Welsh. Ryan, he was, you know, he was not a good man, mate. He was a bad man, and he would love to nick you, and he would love to get you bashed up. You know, that was his thing. Wandsworth was one in places that when I was there was no cages around the wings. You know, you could get on the centre, but you don't walk across this, obviously you can't walk across it, but walk around it and all this, that and the other. And I met, as I say, Bill in there, Johnny Hannon, I met in there. John could do bird easy, Johnny Hannon, and these big respects from people that respect. It's all about that, you know what I mean? And I love Bill, you know, Billy Williams. I remember getting released from Wandsworth, and they put you in like a cell, but a big cell, yeah. But it's open, yeah. You know, like a room. It's open. Put us in there. I'm in there with Bill. They come in with my clothes. I'm getting changed. I've got a suit, and I've got this belt, this silver belt, given to me by my mate Mickey, yeah. And he gave me this silver belt, honestly, solid silver belt. And Bill said, "Yeah, I'll guess that, mate." I went, "Go on, mate, you got Bill. You can have it. You can have that, mate. No problem." And he was going somewhere else, and I give it to Bill. Yeah, me and Bill got on really well, mate. Me and Bill Williams. No animosity. Nice guy. Then Then later on, I got nicked on another charge. I've seen a lot of people in prison, but I'm on about people that that can cope and people that can't cope. Yeah. And anyway, I went to done another nicking. Wasn't very long. I was up for a bad charge, but in the end, they just let me go. They give me 6 months. I'd already done 3 months. They give me 3 months. I'd already had 11 months in prison. Yeah. So anyway, but I went to Wandsworth, and you know, and then from Wandsworth they shipped me to Brixton over another thing. And anyway, whilst I was there, I went to the hospital wing and I met Lenny McLean. I know Lenny from my times as an unlicensed fighter, but I was shocked, you know. I mean, Lenny's got a good name. He's got a respected name. He's a big man. Everybody knows him, East London, North London, and all around there. He's really respected. He's respected on the unlicensed scene, even though he never had many fights on the unlicensed scene, even though he never won many fights on the unlicensed scene. But it was Frankie Warren that really made Lenny McLean, yeah. And Lenny, like, when I see Lenny walking around the wing, in the hospital wing, he looked, I don't know, he just looked monged out. He didn't look like a man that, you know, what I know of. And when I walked out in the exercise yard and I see him, that time sitting on the bench, you know, and he was like, just conked out, you know. He was like one of them people that can't cope, you know. The prisons, prison's a funny old thing. You can be 19, 20 stone, the hardest man in England, go in prison and collapse. Go in prison, it's just, you know, all that, your world comes in and you can't cope with it. You know, some people have got that strength. I got strength. I can do my bird. If I get put away, I can do it. I don't cry about it. I do it. Yeah. Billy Williams, another guy. He loved taking his supplements. You know, once they put on the door for him. You know, he was always taking that. He was just, you know, he got addicted to that in a way, which is a shame. You know what I mean? Which is a shame. You know, I see him go losing weight very quick, the way he used to take this shit, yeah. But he coped. That was his way of getting away from it, you know. It's Cliff Fields, another one, you know, big, powerful man. Didn't buckle to nothing. Just got on with his bird, and that's it, you know. And same with Buster Edwards. I mean, they got big bird, you know. They got big bird Buster, you know. Just cope with it. Tony Lambiano, just cope with it. You see him laughing, joking, singing and everything. Doesn't let them get hold of them, yeah? They're not on all sorts of medication. Like Bill was on a lot of meds, Bill. You know, not meds from the chemist, from when they walked around with the doctors, his own meds, yeah? So anyway, that's the way he done his bird, and he done it, yeah? Lenny, I was just took back by what I see. You know, it made me feel a bit sad for him, for Len, to be like he was. You know, to see a man who's powerful, got a lot of respect for where he comes from, and yet he's folded up. You know, he's just in a bad way. Whether or not he might have gone into one, at Wandsworth or wherever he was at that time, and come to Brixton, couldn't cope, and they put him in the hospital, jabbing him up, yeah, or giving him long actuals and all this other stuff in drinks and knocked him out because maybe they thought he was too dangerous to let loose or whatever. But you know, no matter what, if you're that man that you are, and you let these people give you log actuals and all this sort of shit to mong you out, to make, you know, because you can't cope, you're very weak. You're a very weak man, you know. But even now, as strong and big you are on the outside, it's the inside you can't cope with it, you know. So you're taking something to get away from it. I know he got did he get found guilty of what was it? I think he got guilty of what was it, manslaughter? He got 18 months, did he, or something like that, you know. But you know, I know he had a murder charge over his head, but honestly, he just we've all had. I mean, I've had a murder charge over my head, but you just got to get on with it, mate. You just got to go on with it. You know deep inside that if you don't cope with it, mate, and you give up, you're gonna do bun as a bird, because prison is a bit of it, but the biggest part of it is Crown Court, yeah. And if you ain't strong enough to go to that Crown Court and defend yourself and get your solicitor to barrister and QC to do your work for you, you could just give up, mate. And that's exactly what Lenny did. He had witnesses to say that it wasn't him that caused the problem, but you know, he just gave up. He frightened me when I see him. You know, a man so big, so powerful, so respected, that would just give up like that. Anyway, yeah. I mean, now you know, like obviously, so I'm on about places like Brixton and the Scrubs, you know, and Wandsworth. Them places are places that people collapse because there's a lot of bang up. You know, Wandsworth, in my time, when I went to Wandsworth, anyway, let me do one later, bang bang roll, and I'll do another one, yeah? Bye bye.